Hey everyone, it's Ashley, your independent Scentsy consultant. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm very excited to be doing this video. I'm doing a collab with Beth and Lexi. You guys probably already know plenty about them, but I will leave their channels linked down below. We've done plenty of videos together before, but we thought it would be fun to share our top 10 favorite holiday, winter type scents with you guys. So I know when this is going up, there's not a ton of time between now and actual like Christmas Day. So how I kind of went through this is I picked out kind of my favorites that you could use between now through Christmas, kind of through the whole like winter time. Some of them are more holiday specific, I guess, but they're kind of just like my general winter, Christmas and after type of favorites. Mostly while there's still snow on the ground, or probably while you're celebrating, the holiday type of season. Also, we want as many people to join in as they want to. We'd love if you would also make a video sharing your top 10 favorites. It literally doesn't matter. It can be anything. You don't have to limit it to like certain brands or anything. It's your top 10 favorites, but we'd love you to share your video as well. So if you're gonna do that, make sure you comment down below so I can check out your video. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to start off with the Scentsy just because I feel like that's the easiest. I'll kind of keep them categorized. So I have a decent stack of Scentsy bars. I kind of wanted to keep it more basic, but I really do love these Scentsy fragrances. So if you're more of like a fruity, basic person, like myself, like I don't love a super spicy or like a lot of tree per se. We'll talk about that later. But if you're just like a generic, I want a nice holiday scent, I would check out apples and cinnamon sticks from Scentsy. You might be saying, cinnamon sticks? I thought you said no spice. This is very nice. I'll read you the notes. I have a catalog. It's not what you think it is based on the name. It's apple peel, white pumpkin, and a touch of oak. And that touch of oak, that like woody note, really is what brings this to life. It's so good. I don't really get cinnamon, like cinnamon stick, I feel like is a little harsh. It's a very like nice, sweet cinnamon that plays really well with the apple. It's wonderful. But the woody note is what really brings this to life, in my opinion. So you could say this is a fall scent. I like to use it in the fall, but it's kind of just like a nice generic scent, but it's also extremely strong. So like I used 4 cubes in my open concept and it was like blowing us out of the downstairs. It is a really strong scent. So it's kind of just like a good generic one, fall, winter. I wouldn't really use it in the spring and the summer, but it's like fall, winter, definitely those vibes. It's not like an apple pie. It's not apple bakery. It's like apple, but that oak woodiness is like the best part. I absolutely love that one. Okay, along the same like fruity lines, hint of spice, you already know this is like everyone's favorite, mine included, winterberry apple tea. Hello, it says winterberry right in the name. You guys, it is so, so good. You have to try it. It's great for this time of year. It's honestly good all the time. Perfect for this time of year. Winter tea cozies up to cranberry, apple, and honey. Such a good one. It is so good. It has the fruitiness, but there's just like a hint of like very sweet spices, just a hint of them, enough to make it like warm and cozy. This is such a good one. If you're a fan of fruity, this is definitely a fruity scent. It just has that hint of spice in it. And I know it says honey in the notes. I wouldn't smell this and say like, I smell honey, if you know what I mean. Maybe that's what gives it a little bit of that sweetness. I'm not sure, but this is very, very beautiful. It's a really good one. Definitely check it out because this one's extremely popular. Once it goes away for the spring summer, like once they say it's going out of stock, it might go quick because that one's crazy popular for good reason. If you are a bakery person, I have to say I've been loving this catalog season, cinnamon buttercream. This is good for the holidays because it's I feel like if you do it and you have people over, it's not offensive. Versus some of maybe the other bakery items are kind of heavy on different aspects. I know this says cinnamon buttercream, but it's kind of the same as vanilla bean buttercream with just like a dash of sweet cinnamon in there. Like good baking cinnamon, you're baking something sweet. It's kind of the same. Let me read you the notes though. I'm dropping candles behind me. It's Italian buttercream, mascarpone, and cinnamon cake. Here's the deal. I think that the mascarpone is like a cheese type of note somewhat. On cold, I get whatever that is. Like it's kind of sweet, but there's that note that's like, is that a cheesy type situation? What is that? When I warm it, I do not get that at all. It's just pure vanilla bean buttercream with a hint of sweet cinnamon. It's so, so good. I really don't get that note that I get in here. So I don't know if that's just giving it more dimension when it's actually warming. And it smells more like the bottom of the bar when it warms, not whatever I get on the top. It's really good. And I think it's personally pretty strong, but it doesn't have a distinct like super cinnamon, super like some of these other ones like salted caramel toffee is obviously really like caramel sweet, sticky almost. It's not blueberry cheesecake. Like you're not going to get that really cheesy note. I just get vanilla bean buttercream with a hint of sweet cinnamon. So I feel like this is pretty universal, honestly perfect for all the time, but perfect for the holidays. So anyway, next, this one is a limited edition bar, and I tried to not put too many limited edition bars in here because I know if you watch this movie in 2 weeks and it's not available, I would feel bad. But this one is really good. It's available right now. I have it in my Scentsy Club because I love it, and it's Wassail Wonderland. This is like simmering spices. Maybe there's orange. I get almost like a slight tree note. I don't actually know that there's a tree note in here, but it's like absolutely perfect for the holiday time. Like every time I talk about this, I say this. I warmed this last Christmas. I was a little bit nervous because it's a little bit of a scent that's like out of my wheelhouse slightly, just because I feel like it has that slight tree note. But I warmed it on Christmas because I really enjoyed it and it felt perfect for the holidays. Everyone was like, I love that scent. That is so good. What is that? And I was like, I didn't realize this would be such a crowd pleaser because it's definitely a niche type of scent. I know Mr. Kong's mom has compared it to like sweet orange pomander from Nest, I believe. I think that's the scent, or like spiced orange pomander, something like that from Nest. She talks about it all the time. If you watch her channel, you'll definitely know, but it's kind of the same vibe. It's like oranges with a little bit of tree. It goes together really, really well. Definitely check this one out. But like I said, this is going in my Scentsy Club because I love it. Enough said. Okay. How could you go by the holidays without doing Silver Bells? Every time I think about this one or like the name Silver Bells, I literally start singing like in my head, you know, like Silver Bells. Sorry if that's stuck in your head now, but literally every time if I read a list and this is on it, or I'm like checking out someone's order and it's on it and I'm just like, oh, Silver Bells. And then, you know, all the holiday carols are on right now. So it's all I think about. We literally just picked up this bar because it's that time of the season. This is mint candy canes, winter pear, caramel, and vanilla sugar. Those notes are doing a lot. To me, it's just like a sweet, it's like a very, very fresh scent. Don't get me wrong. I don't know that I would say there's pear, and caramel and vanilla almost make it seem bakery, which it's not, but there's definitely like a coolness, mintiness. It's just very fresh. I guess if I would say there's pear, there's like a fruitiness with the vanilla. So it's not bakery vanilla. It's just like adding to the freshness, if you know what I'm saying. This is definitely one to check out. And if you're not hot on mint scents, this is like probably the least intense of the mint scents, if I would say. It's really good. And it's called Silver Bells. Like, hello. You can't go wrong. And then I felt like I should include a tree scent with my Scentsy scents. I've been getting into tree scents. So these are kind of like honorable mentions because I technically have 10 without these two, but I just wanted to mention them because they are kind of like limited time offers. They are both scent of the months and I like them both, but I'll kind of explain them both to you. And if you don't like tree scents, then just like exclude these because the rest are non-tree scents. So if you don't know what I mean by a tree scent as well, I mean like a real Christmas tree, like pine, balsam, all those types of notes. Literally like a real Christmas tree would smell, or like a craft store around Christmas time. So first we have Icicles and Evergreen, which was the scent of the month from November. This is blue eucalyptus, pine needle, and crystallized sugar. So this tree scent is very tree and very sweet from that sugar. I really, really like this one. If you don't like tree scents, I think you would be okay trying this one just because it has a lot of that crystallized sugar, really a lot of sweetness. Like it's not overpowering tree by any means. I thought it was gonna blow me out of the house. I did 4 cubes in the open concept and it was very, very pleasant. I really enjoyed it. I thought this was my favorite, like I said. However, then December scent of the month came out, which is Black Forest Pine. This is dark fir balsam, peppered tangerine, and smoked vanilla. So it's definitely got a different vibe going on, but I think I like it a little bit more. We will see. I need to do more testing, but honestly, I think I like it more. I don't know if it's because of the wood type factor. This is definitely more fresh and this is more woods. The Black Forest Pine is more woods. Icicles and Evergreen more fresh. I think if I had to compare the two, I could see how Icicles and Evergreen would maybe go a little bit astringent on you. Like it might get a little bit sharp if you really like let that vanilla die off. I can just like barely get that in the background. I think the Black Forest Pine, I think it has enough mixed in that it's really like mixing the tree scent super well, like the Wassail Wonderland, where it's like giving it different aspects. And you know, it has peppered tangerine. This has an orange. Like there's kind of some similarities here. This is a lot more like deep and woody, kind of similar to a men's cologne in a way. It's really nice. So this is currently the Black Forest Pine is 10% off for the month of December. If you prefer that, if you're like, no, I'd rather do a tree scent that's a little bit sweeter, I definitely recommend the Icicles and Evergreen because I also really like that one. But kind of new to tree scents, so those are my honorable mentions. Let's move on to the rest. So I couldn't go by and not pick out some candles. So this is so predictable. But next is Bath & Body Works, 'Tis the Season. Like I said, so predictable, but this is one of my favorites. Rich red apple, sweet cinnamon, and cedar wood. As you guys can tell, I'm really digging the fruit with the wood notes. It's just kind of my thing. I don't know why. I probably like 2 years ago wouldn't have told you that's my thing, even though it very clearly is from all these notes. This is really good. This is different from the apple and cinnamon sticks. It has a little bit different of an apple and I think more cinnamon, but it's really good. And I think the cedar wood gives it just a little bit of a different wood type vibe than the oak and apples and cinnamon sticks, but kind of the similar vibes here. Very pretty packaging, I must say. This looks to be somewhat luminary, so I'm excited. But yeah, 'tis the season. This is probably available now if you want it. Bakery, what can I say? Sugared Snickerdoodle. Love this one. This is warm spices, creamy vanilla, and sugared musk. If you've smelled this one and been not impressed, but never actually burned it, let me tell you. On cold, Also, my Wicks are not the best on this one. On cold, it's like, okay, it's a bakery. I see you. Once you get it going, it comes to life. Like the warm, rich vanilla spices, all of it really comes out. It's so much better. It's good on cold. Like you might pass it by, and if you're like a super bakery lover, you're probably like, yeah, okay, I like that. Even there's a ton of bakery options, so maybe you'd pass over it. But if you've never actually lit it up and had the experience of what it really smells like going, or, you know, put it under the crock or put it under the lamp, put it in your crock, whatever, like really got the wax melted and smelled it, it's so much different. I love it. Also, if you had pumpkin Snickerdoodle from the fall collection, this is the same minus the pumpkin note. Like that scent is just this with pumpkin added. So if you reverse, this is just that with no pumpkin. Very, very similar. Both very good. Perfect for wintertime, all the time. It's maybe a little bit much in like the summer. I was trying to finish up my last year's like in June or July, and I was like, it's just a little too heavy for right now, but for this time of year, it's perfect. And then a little bit of a different one, totally basic, but just a little bit different from everything else I've had. Marshmallow Fireside. I should have said, guess which 10 I'm gonna list below, because I feel like I'm being so predictable right now. Anyway, the notes are toasted marshmallow, smoldering woods, fire roasted vanilla, crystallized amber. Everybody and their mother has tried this for good reason. It's really, really good. And it's super cozy. Also, this is definitely like the fall type of packaging, but I was like, I have to get it as soon as it's available. Like it's going anywhere. I mean, this is such a popular one. If you are the one person who's never tried this before, it's literally just vanilla, like marshmallows, with a hint of like, you're at the campfire. Like, you know, making a s'more. No chocolate, no graham cracker, just you and the marshmallow on the fire. It's really, really good. It's not super smoky to the point where it's gonna smell like something's on fire. I mean, if you burn it, obviously, you might get some of that aspect, but it's not like smoky, if you know what I mean. It's got a lot of the marshmallow, a hint of the like firewood, which I think is probably a combination of the like smoldering woods, crystallized amber to make it sweet, you know, it's good stuff. This is most likely available right now as well. Go into store, give it a sniff if you so desire. A lot of you, like, I'll be honestly shocked if someone's like, I've never tried that. It's so popular. And then a couple from Rose Girls, because Rose Girls is one of my favorite wax vendors, besides like candles, Scentsy. Like if I had to go with one that I keep going back to, I mean, I love a few, but Rose Girls I just can't seem to break the ties with because I love them. So I have a couple. The first one is Vanilla Bean Noel, and honestly, you can get this anywhere. Literally anywhere. Even Aldi sells a dupe candle, Vanilla Bean Noel. Like you can really get this anywhere. I just wanted to include this scent because for me, it's a classic. It's really an all year scent, but I really gravitate towards it during this time of year just because it's so good. And don't tell me you've never smelled Vanilla Bean Noel. Like, come on. I get Marshmallow Fireside, but we need to talk if it's Vanilla Bean Noel. It's so good. And these wax melts are so much better than the candle because like you just pop them in your melter. You don't even need to make the wax melts yourself. Vanilla Bean Noel is one that like, if it's in a candle form, something weird might happen when you burn it. Like I'd rather make it into melts than burn it maybe. I'd give it a chance, but it probably would be better in melts. And these melts are like spot on dupes. They're really good. It's not, it's like almost vanilla extract in a way. Like it's so sweet, but not like pie crust or like a bread. Like it's not like bakery in that aspect. It's just like a really sweet vanilla. It's so good. Prefer it more. I used to love it in body care. I think I'm a little bit over in body care just because like every year I would go ham on it. I'm kind of like more about it in home fragrance now than body care, just because I think I burnt myself out. And then lastly, one more from Rose Girls. This is number 10, not including my honorable mention tree scents. This one, I tried to pick ones, like I said, that were available. I think this is potentially going to be available in a restock if it hasn't already been available in a restock. So I apologize if you can't get your hands on this one, but it's Christmas Eve in Cookie Land. Yes, this is a loaf. There probably will not be a loaf available, but I do believe Rose Girls had this available in their Mario pre-order, which the ready to ship might be like the 16th or later of December. Not confirmed any of that, just speculation I've seen online. The notes of this are eggnog, cookies, donut holes, and marshmallow smoothie. I am not like huge on eggnog. I mean, definitely not like in person. Like I'm not drinking eggnog, but in scents, I feel like eggnog isn't something I'm like super gravitating towards. But I got a sample of this, and that's what made me buy the full-size loaf here. Because the sample was awesome. Let me see if I can pull out a little guy. Oh, it's so good. You definitely get the eggnog, but what makes this not every other scent that has eggnog is the cookies, donut holes, and marshmallow smoothie. It's so good. It's such a like warm and cozy Christmas scent, but the eggnog is what makes it different from like, you know, sugared Snickerdoodle, just like every other run-of-the-mill bakery. It's really good. So I'm sorry I said this last because I really feel bad if you can't get it, but check out the Rose Girls website. I'll leave it linked down below, which is rgwaxco or rgwax.com, something like that. If you type in Rose Girls Wax, it'll bring you right there. But it's definitely like one of my favorites from Rose Girls. I have a couple more, but they're like year-round favorites. This is like winter holiday specific favorite for me. So I'm going to be chopping up that loaf soon. So that is everything for this video. Like I said, this is a collab with Beth and Lexi, so I will leave their info link down below if you want to check out their videos. As well as if you guys want to make some, we would love you to participate. Leave a comment below so other people can check out your videos as well as myself. I would love to see what your guys' winter holiday favorite scents are for your home so I can check them out. But that's all I have for this video here today. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.